Good Thursday morning to you. Say, do you own gold? You don't have to answer that question. I'm not trying to get personal or into your finances, but good for you if you do, because from everything I hear and have heard over the years, gold is especially valuable in uncertain times, and we live in uncertain times. It's a hedge against inflation. It will never be worth zero. At least that's what I've heard. And I've flirted with the idea over the years of somehow getting into gold, but with the price where it is now, I don't think I'll ever own gold. But that's okay, because even though gold is valuable in the economy of man, God's economy is very different. In the economy of God, that widow who cast in her life's savings of 1 mite, which is equal in our terms to about a nickel. In the economy of God, that widow gave more than everyone else. In the economy of God, it's better to give than to receive. That math doesn't even work. How does that make any sense? Well, it doesn't in our economy, but in the economy of God, it's true. It's better to give than to receive. In the economy of God, we know that the words of Jesus, that if you will save your life, you must lose it, makes perfect sense. See, in the economy of God, there is something more valuable even than gold. And who better to tell us about it than Solomon, who you will remember was given the choice by God after he had taken the kingship from his father David, was given the choice for anything he wanted in all of the world. And out of all of the things he could have chosen riches, the life of his enemies, long life for himself. He chose none of those things, but instead he chose what this proverb this morning talks about. He chose wisdom and understanding. And later would write in the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 16, how much better to get wisdom than gold. To get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver. Doesn't make any sense, but it's true. God tells us that when we choose understanding and wisdom every day, it's a good choice. It's more valuable than gold and silver. So that means that when you make a choice to study the Bible together, as we did last night, with other believers, when you choose to pray or study your own Bible, or to serve others, or to love God, it probably won't add a penny to your bank account, although who knows, God may do for you what he did for Solomon, give him riches as well, may give you riches. But if not, you'll still be the richest person around when you make those choices. And so today, on this Thursday, you have an opportunity, and probably many opportunities, to choose wisdom, to choose understanding, to choose those things that are pleasing to God, that are eternal, where moth and rust do not consume, and thieves do not break in and steal. You can't take it with you, the things of this world. So invest yourself in the things that are eternal. Jim Elliot was a missionary with his wife Elizabeth and his little daughter Valerie to the Auca Indians in Peru back in the 60s. And on one day, he and 4 other missionary friends were murdered by the very people that God had sent them to preach the gospel to. What a waste, we would say, in the economy of man. What a waste to give your life in that way for your life to be taken. But Jim Elliot kept a diary, and in that diary, before his death, he wrote words which define the value of that day. He wrote, "He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose." Jesus put it this way, "Lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not consume, and thieves do not break in and steal." How much better it is to choose wisdom than gold. So today, make those choices and invest yourself in things that are eternal in the kingdom of God. God bless your Thursday.